Will the Bengals take down the Colts, improve to 7-6 on the season, and keep their playoff hopes alive? It's time to get to our keys to victory and a prediction for Sunday's matchup. Hi again, everyone, and welcome into Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien of allbengals.com. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. Check out our DJ Reader video where DJ keeps it 100. If you haven't watched that one yet, you will certainly enjoy that. I think if you're a Bengals fan, maybe if you're not a Bengals fan, maybe a Colts fan or any AFC North fans out there that are paying attention to this channel to keep tabs on the 6-6 Cincinnati Bengals, check out that video. This is a huge, huge matchup for the Bengals because the Bengals right now at 6-6, the Colts at 7-5. The winner obviously holds the tiebreaker in the AFC standings. The Bengals, well, they need to continue to win in the AFC. And if they could get this win, improving to 7-6, having a tiebreaker over the Colts, and winning back-to-back games with Jake Browning at the helm, and improving to 2-1 with Jake Browning as a starter, it would just be huge for their playoff chances, certainly their confidence, and all of the above. So they did get some help. The Steelers losing on Thursday Night Football, that's a benefit because you could move into a tie with the Steelers and you still play them on December 23rd. So there's a ton to play for the Bengals right now. And as far as keys to victory for this game goes, to me, it starts on defense. And I know the offense is coming off of a really good game and they scored 34 points. And I'm going to get to them. But at some point, this defense has to figure it out. And they have to be better than we've seen in recent weeks. Last week, they gave up 31 points. CJ Beathard was moving up and down the field a couple of times. They did get the stop at the end, but goes downfield and gets the game-tying field goal with 2 minutes to go. This defense has left a lot to be desired. And they will have DJ Turner on Sunday, even though he popped up on the injury report with a hamstring. And no Cam Taylor-Britt. It's tough. Key number one, I'm not going to ask the Bengals to do something they aren't. The one thing they've done really, really well this year defensively is force turnovers. They have to force multiple turnovers on Sunday against the Colts, against a quarterback in Gardner Minshew who is going to put the ball at risk. He's willing to take chances with his arm and go off script to make plays. Whether it's a sack fumble, whether it's an interception, it needs to be multiple turnovers. Maybe it's multiple picks. And the Bengals had chances last week against the Jaguars. I know Dax Hill's kicking himself. He jumped a little early on that potential interception in the end zone. He was coming down, and it made it a tougher catch than it needed to be. I get all that. Those are the type of plays this week that this defense has to make. And that is key number one to me, because when you have two backup quarterbacks, you have two teams that are pretty evenly matched, I would say, given the injuries on both sides. I think that it's going to come down, or potentially could come down to the turnover battle. And so this Bengals defense, I'm not going to ask you to shut down Gardner Minshew. I'm not going to ask you to shut down that rushing attack or their weapons. I think you'll give up yards. That's kind of what you've been. That's what you are. Fine. But force turnovers, put your offense in an advantageous spot. Key number two, explosive plays. This Bengals team, they were explosive on the ground. They were explosive through the air last week against the Jaguars. That needs to continue this week. And whether it's Chase Brown with a 31-yard run, which is their longest run of the season, or maybe it's Joe Mixon getting involved with the explosion. Obviously, those two guys complement each other really well, or at least they did on Monday night. Look for Chase Brown to be in the mix again, but Mixon will lead the way. No doubt about that, and that's fine. He was explosive in the passing game, certainly made a difference there, and had some really good goal line runs in the red zone. But the explosive plays, the big plays, that helps Jake Browning. It helps an offense. It helps really, it took the crowd out of the game in Jacksonville. It would get the crowd involved way more, get Bengals fans really excited, and silence any Colts fans that happen to be in the crowd making the trip up I-74 here to Cincinnati. But it's through the passing game as well. Getting Jamar Chase the ball in 5 of their 6 wins, double-digit targets for Jamar Chase, and all 6 of their losses, single-digit targets for Jamar Chase. It is not rocket science, people. T. Higgins is back. I would look for the Colts to play a lot of zone this week, which means Higgins, Chase, all of these other weapons, they need to find holes in the zone and exploit that and make plays. Key number 3, And this is easier said than done because the Colts have a really good pass rush. But part of preventing them from getting after Jake Browning, you want to have explosive plays, but you have to protect Jake Browning. And I think this offensive line, pass protection wise, has been better than at least consensus fans or Bengals fans would expect or anticipate or say. You know, whether you're at a gas station talking Bengals, I think the offensive line gets still gets brought up in a negative way. I don't view it that way. I think they've been good in pass protection. Now they're facing a good Colts pass rush. They're facing a lot of dudes. They have some guys in there that are going to be tough to contain. And so we'll see if this Bengals offensive line is up for the challenge. They were good at run blocking last week. They were physical. They certainly protected Jake Browning. I think they've pass protected well over the past 2 games with Jake Browning at quarterback. Can they do it again on Sunday? If they can, I think it will lead to explosive plays potentially. And this offense, it can be a competent offense. I'm going to give you my prediction in just a second, but today's video is brought to you by MyBookie. If you found a $100 bill on the ground, you wouldn't walk past it. So don't pass it up. Take a chance right now at Easy Cash with MyBookie. MyBookie has the biggest online selection of odds and contests to fill your sports betting needs anytime, anywhere, so you can turn that sports knowledge into cash in your wallet. Bet on the NFL, upcoming college bowl games, the Crosstown Shootout. If you're a Bearcats or Musketeers fan here in Cincinnati, that is on Saturday. MyBookie is the place to get in on the action. You can sign up at MyBookie and use promo code BengalsTalk to claim your deposit match, redeemable up to $1,000. Again, that's promo code BengalsTalk to claim your bonus. Experience the thrill of sports betting right from the comfort of your own home. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie and promo code BengalsTalk. This is a tough game to predict. You have 2 teams that are equally talented, I think equally flawed. You could look at both sides and say, well, the Colts don't have their top running back, even though Zach Moss has been good this year. They're without their top quarterback, even though Gardner Minshew has produced big plays. And at the same time, no Joe Burrow, no Cam Taylor-Britt for the Bengals. And yes, Jake Browning played well against the Jaguars. Can it happen again? They are at home, which certainly helps. The MyBookie odds have really shifted. The Colts started as favorites, and now it's shifted in the other way towards the Bengals. And yet I look at this game. I think it's going to be a close one. I think it's going to be ugly at times. The Bengals aren't going to hit that 30-point mark for a second straight week. But I do think that this defense is capable of forcing a couple of turnovers. And whether it's Trey Hendrickson or DJ Reader or Sam Hubbard or Jermaine Pratt or Logan Wilson, or maybe it's someone in the secondary not named Cam Taylor-Britt, since he's out and he's been the guy in that back end that's been making big plays and forcing turnovers. Maybe it is Dax Hill this week or Jordan Battle. He could be due. He's been playing well. Or anyone. They need to force some turnovers. I think the defense does that. I think they do just enough on offense. The ground game might not be as good as it was on Monday night, but I still think it will be competent. It will be enough to keep the Colts from just taking away the pass completely or focusing on the pass completely and trying to get after Jake Browning and tee off on him. The Bengals, they win it late. Money Mac with a field goal late to give the Bengals the lead for good. 20-17. They get it done. They improve to 7-6. They win their second straight game, and they keep themselves in the thick of the AFC playoff race. The Colts have won 4 straight. I think that win streak gets snapped on Sunday at Paycor Stadium. We will be there on Sunday, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, because we will have our pregame report. We will have actives and inactives over at allbengals.com, and of course, all of your post-game coverage right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. So if you missed any of our videos this week, check them out, from DJ Reader to Jamar Chase to Cincinnati native Ryan Kelly talking with Elise Jesse, and of course, we will see you on game day. For Andrew Fox-Miller, our channel coordinator, I'm James Rapien, signing off for now on Cincinnati Bengals Talk.